This video is going to take us through the second part of Chapter 7, which is preparing the Statement of Owner's Equity and a balance sheet. So in our notes, I have a step-by-step kind of description of how to start the documents and how to prepare this information. So same thing that we have been doing before, there's a heading all the time that has a 3-line heading. So we have the name of the company. For the Statement of Owner's Equity, that would be the title of that particular financial statement, and then still for the month ended in whatever month that you are doing. We're going to be getting the information from the worksheet again, and here is a sample of a completed Statement of Owner's Equity, and it shows us some of the formulas and so forth that we're going to go through and where things are going to be going within that document. The second part of that is then preparing a balance sheet. So again, we still need a name of a company, we need the name of the document, balance sheet, and this time it's a date and time. So instead of for month end, it'll just have that specific date that we're preparing this report. We're looking for the balance sheet information from the balance sheet portion of the worksheet to find the information that we're going to be using to fill that in. And down below in your notes, I have a sample of what a completed balance sheet will look like. At the bottom, though, you will notice our formula that, again, we learned from day one, assets equal liabilities plus owner's equity. So in this case, on the left-hand side of the balance sheet are the assets and the total. The right-hand side are the liabilities plus the owner's equity, and those two must match in order to have an accurate document here. So here is the 7-2 work together assignment, and again, there's 5 steps, but we'll probably go through these relatively quickly, like we did the last time. So the first part is just to prepare the balance sheet heading. So All Pro Painters has completed its worksheet and income statement, and now it's ready to prepare the balance sheet. So the first step is to prepare that heading. So the name of the document goes first, which is All Pro Painters. Row 2, the name of the document, which is the balance sheet. And remember, this one is a date and time, so it's going to be April 30th, comma, 20 dash dash. So that is our heading. Step 2 is the balance sheet item. So this is just like the checkbox before, where we're going to fill in what is considered an asset, liability, owner's equity, or neither. So again, this should be relatively simple for us. This is just review. So we know that all assets are usually listed at the beginning. So cash is an asset, petty cash is an asset. Anything with accounts receivable are considered assets. Supplies and prepaid insurance is all considered an asset. Then we have 2 liabilities. We know they're liabilities because they have the word accounts payable, so we're going to check those boxes. We know that Dwight Sundin Capital is owner's equity. And we know that the drawing is listed under the owner's equity. It affects the owner's equity, but it's the money coming out of the business by the owner, so this is going to be considered neither. Income summary is neither. And then we know that sales and the expenses are neither because we already listed those as revenue and expenses previously. So that's all we have to do for that step. Step 3 is to calculate the statement of owner's equity. So they give us the worksheet at the top here, all filled in, and they give us the document, and all we have to do is fill in the information. They wrote all the information out for us to make it easy so we don't have to fill in the names of the accounts or the heading, but we do have to find the amounts and figure that out. So the first thing on here, we know that the heading is correct, so we're doing the Statement of Owner's Equity. We have Dwight Sundin Capital as of April 1st. So April 1st is at the beginning of the month, and if you remember when we did the worksheet, the trial balance section represented the balances at the beginning of the month. So we're going to go to here, Dwight Sundin Capital, and we see that the trial balance amount is $3,500. So we're going to plug that into this column 2, $3,500. Then it's asking us for the net income. So all we have to do is take that net income line, and it says it's $3,730. So we're going to plug that amount in there to show our net income. And then it says less, so we know we're going to subtract Dwight Sundin drawing. So the drawing is right here, the $1,200. He withdrew that amount of money. And it says less, so we're going to subtract. We always subtract above, so 3730 minus the 1200, and that's going to leave us 2530. And from there, we're going to add, so we have the beginning capital from April 1st of 3500. We have the amount that we calculated right here from this math that we did. So we're going to add those two numbers together to get our current capital, which is 6030. So that's what we ended up with here. The next step is the balance sheet amount. So let's see what this step is all about. Again, it gives us our worksheet up above. And here is our document. Use the worksheet from all pro painters to complete the balance sheet for the current year. So it gives us all the information. It did the hard work for us. It lists our assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, names, and so forth. So we're just plugging in the amounts. So I've plugged all of the information in for our assets, looking at the balance sheet column from the worksheet. So I'm just copying, so the balance of cash, all the way down to our last one, which was prepaid insurance. Now what you have to be careful of is you are looking at the balance sheet, because if you took the wrong information from supplies from the trial balance, it would be incorrect. So you're always looking at the balance sheet column when you're doing the balance sheet document. So all of those are the assets. Then we took the liabilities, again, from the liabilities in the balance sheet section. So right here, the 275 and the 490. And the last thing that I probably should have mentioned on the previous step is the Dwight Sundin capital. So we're not taking the capital from the balance sheet here. So we're not taking this 3,500. We're taking what we just calculated in the previous step when we did the statement of owner's equity, or the ending balance of the capital that we just figured out in the last step. So I'm just going to quickly go back to that step and show you the answer to that so we can recall what that amount was for step number 3, and it's right here. So that ending capital is $6,030. We figured out the new capital based on the income that we received and the drawing that the owner took out. So the balance of capital is 6030. So when we do step 4, that is the amount that we're going to use for this capital right here. Okay, so you're going to have to remember that or make a note of that on the balance sheet. It is the new capital that you figured out. And then our last step is the balance sheet totals. So all we're doing now is adding up our left column, our debit column, and our right column, which is our credit column, and they should equal. So there's different formats. Sometimes you will look at a balance sheet like in our notes where it's side by side. Assets are on the left, liabilities and owner's equity are on the right. This one is set up a little differently where all of the things are lined up in order. But regardless, the total should be the same when you are complete. The assets must equal the liabilities and owner's equity. So it's looks the same, different, but it is the same information that you're getting at the end. So that does conclude the 5 steps of the 7-2 work together. Go ahead and complete the on your own problem.